I'm hoping you can see my screen on this video that you're seeing today, and I'm hoping our sound problems are all worked out. We had a little problem last week. This week's lesson that we're concentrating on for reading is theme. When you're looking at theme, you need to make an inference. Remember, an inference is a smart guess or an educated guess based on the passage that you're reading. The theme is the central idea or meaning of a story. It is a lesson or moral to the story. A lot of times you hear these old statements that you think your parents or your teacher or maybe your grandparents say, and you're like, what does that mean? There's broad statements, universal statements that apply to anybody in any country. Patience is a virtue. Giving is better than receiving. What's food for one person may not be good for another person. Family and friends are worth more than gold. People succeed when they work together. You should treat others the way that you would like to be treated. Another common one that you hear all the time, you can't judge a book by its cover. So as you're reading, look for the life lesson that Daedalus learned in the flight of Daedalus in your reading and comprehension questions that you're going to be doing this week. Remember, it's a life lesson, and this story is a myth. Remember, a myth is usually based on gods or goddesses, and this story is a fiction story. So far we've read some realistic fiction, some historical fiction, and now we're reading a myth. So look for something about gods and goddesses thousands of years ago. But our main questions we're asking ourselves this week is, what is the lesson that Icarus learned from his father, Daedalus? Or maybe Daedalus learned a lesson about pride. You might can stop and think about that. You will have a PowerPoint that accompanies this first slide if you will flip through only the slides on theme. With these slides, you have some small passages that you can read and answer the questions for yourselves. You may want to answer in your mind, or you can answer on paper, whichever is more convenient for you. You'll have a lot of opportunity to practice all the story elements that we've covered so far, like theme, plot, problem, setting, characters that we've been talking about for the past couple weeks. I hope you have a good week of virtual learning.